Come with me and my girlfriend as we go off to our first ever Lego convention. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. I was wanting to go to one of these brick festival things for so long, but I was put off when I saw a video about how one of them was a bit of a scam. However, this one is the legitimate one, and I'll give you all the links and the details of how to find one of these events in your local area. This one was in Leeds, so we had to get the mighty train, and we were so excited. As you can see, I am very excited right there. We had a quick breakfast on the train, and it's time to talk about the event and how you should handle this. So here are your top tips of what to do for your first LEGO convention. Number one, discuss a budget with your financial advisor, also known as your partner. My banker, my financial partner, she was able to tell me a good budget to stick to, but do be prepared to go over that budget ever so slightly. So just have yourself a little safety net just to go over. For example, my budget was £100, and I think in total we ended up spending about £150. So it was pretty decent. You're going to be looking at retired sets, you're going to be looking at current sets, you're going to be looking at minifigures. There's going to be lots of shiny, amazing things in there, so you are going to be overwhelmed by crowds and sheer number of volume. The best thing you want to do is get the early bird ticket because it gets you in there 2 hours early, and you can get a good perusal of the items by the time we were leaving. Most of the more desirable items had been sold already. For example, this minifigure table and this set table had a lot of its items already sold out by the time we were leaving, and we were only there for 2 hours. This thing is like a stock trading floor. Imagine the Wolf of Wall Street for Lego fans. It is literally fast-paced, and it is cutthroat, and it is kill or be killed. So you have to go in there, and you have to hunt down those bargains, have a game plan the night before, have a strategy in place, and know what you want before you get there. Otherwise, it's curtains. You literally need a game plan. This guy had loads of really awesome sets. He had really awesome minifigures. If you're looking for the more rarer minifigure, it's not going to be on a table. It's normally going to be behind a bit of perspex glass or a box of some kind. This guy had that system on his table, and his table had loads of minifigures, and all the basic ones were kind of laid out like you can see on the table, and the more desirable ones were in these little cases. So I had a little peruse at this guy's table, and this guy is the guy we ended up dropping the most amount of money on. Even now, going back and editing these videos, I'm seeing minifigures there that I didn't know were there on the day, because it sounds ridiculous to say it out loud, but you are going to be flooded with so much visual stimuli, your brain is going to not be able to comprehend it, and that kind of sounds mad until you understand for yourself by going to one of these events how overwhelming just seeing like hundreds and thousands of these little characters are. They're so vibrant, they're so colourful. You guys are going to want to be able to like get your favourite ones, but then there's going to be so many others and you're going to get distracted. Like that little Stitch was eyeballing me all day, but luckily I didn't go for him in the end, but I could have, and I easily could have. And there's so many of those where I could have easily got them or bought duplicates if I wasn't careful. So the night before I did a big inventory haul, and I went through all my inventory for all my themes. Today was all about Lego Lord of the Rings, Lego Star Wars, and Lego Marvel. Those were the main themes we were looking for. This guy had loads of cool stuff. So we had a little look at the items that he had for sale, and I'm going to forget some names as we go, but I'm going to try my best to remember all the names of the characters we ended up getting. But yeah, this was just amazing. Like, they had Jabba in there, they had loads of cool Star Wars clone troopers and stuff, but luckily I had all of them. It was really, really important to, I think, know what you want before you get there, because there's so many items in there that are expensive, and then stock changes all day. Sometimes they put out new stock, sometimes like they change in different bits and pieces as you go. I was looking at that Jyn Erso because I have a different version of Jyn Erso, not that version of her, but yeah, also have BritLink open on a sort of smartphone or tablet, because then you can check prices before you make that last minute purchase. It's always good to fact check these people, because sometimes they do make mistakes. They're human and they're here to make some profit, so sometimes they might add some money onto a figure that doesn't really need that higher budget. So just be very careful with what you pay for, because you don't want to overspend, obviously. Like this guy had a village Ewok Village layer for 70, and another guy later in the day had it for 40. So just be careful, because it swings and roundabouts. Sometimes you kind of overspend if you're not careful. So do your research ahead of time and have a goal. Like this was another minifigure shop, and this guy was doing something cool. So if they had a red sticker in front of them, you could get 2 for £6, which is pretty cool. I like that. I think that was kind of cool. It was also good for me because I was able to see which ones I clearly had already, which ones I wanted. And this lady for £30, I forgot her name, but this is the one we wanted. I saw her and I was like, that's an instant buy. And this one for £1,800 was not an instant buy, but definitely a very valuable minifigure to just see down there. He took card. That's another thing. I took out £100 in cash because I wanted to make sure I had enough funds for the day. But most of these stalls, to be fair to them, were credit card and debit card acceptable, which is pretty cool. Also, there's loads of things to just see. There's not everything necessarily you have to pay for. There's like loads of cool things you can look at and touch, but not touch at the same time. There is, it says do not touch, so I didn't. But some 3D printed models, some custom mocks. This store was awesome. They chromed out a Venator for £2,700, so you could take the all Lego set and get it completely chromed, which is pretty awesome. And that's their little business card if you want to check them out. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but I wouldn't mind being. They're really cool people, and they did that to an M1 Starfighter, and I think that's pretty sick. And little X-Wings and space stuff, and a little Yoda fountain. And they had loads of little chrome minifigure versions of different people. So it was kind of bizarre, but I liked it. I really liked it. Like, you can see how colourful it all looks. It looks pretty sick. They had, like, Mr. Golds and stuff as well, in silver and gold, which is pretty sick. They had Knights, they had R2, they had C-3PO, they had loads of people from Star Wars. It was really sick. I really liked it, but it was really cool. And they had like a really big store here with minifigures and builds and different sets and stuff. So that was pretty awesome. And they were quite expensive because they're solid, like chromed out, and they were made out of a really nice material. So that's pretty cool. And the tiles at this place, I wanted to pick up so many of these tiles, but I didn't in the end, and I kind of regret not doing it now because I think at the time I was just a bit overwhelmed with what was going on. But this guy had an awesome mock that he'd built out of some modulars, and he'd customized it with speed champions and a train and a bunch of awesome characters. And literally there's a theme park next door, and it's awesome. It's wild. The amount of stuff that you were seeing was crazy. This one was awesome. I like this one a lot. There's a bunch of Daleks from the Doctor Who Dimensions set and surrounding the TARDIS. This was War of the Worlds, which is pretty cool. Didn't ever think I'd see one of those in Lego. But they're a little War of the Worlds set. A bunch of old and retired sets and new sets. I just built that pumpkin one recently, so it's pretty cool. They had the not the original Ghostbusters, but one of the Ghostbusters sets was there. They were doing some pretty cool deals on some of these sets, and it's pretty awesome to see. It's like some sets that you'd never have even seen before, and he was selling Jabba's sail barge without the minifigures for 220. This store was awesome, like £900 for that set, and like I think 1,000 for the others and stuff. So it's pretty expensive for some of them, but these are some of the earliest Master Builder series, UCS series, and just some of the oldest retired Star Wars sets I've never seen before, and I thought they were awesome. To see them in person was just mental. To see like the Death Stars and stuff and a Cloud City, and to see all the different sort of old-fashioned UCS ships was really awesome. Then there was this humongous built Boba Fett, so someone had done Boba Fett out of bricks. That was pretty cool. And this guy had anime stuff. Like, I've got two friends who love anime. They introduced me to Crunchyroll, Genshin Impact, and a bunch of other different anime styles. So they love Chainsaw Man, and they had the little Chainsaw Man items. They had the little dog with the chainsaw on his head, and they had Chainsaw Man's head and different faces. And they also had hair, Power's hair. So the character Power, she's like got this like cool hair with the horns coming through. So it's kind of mad. I bought them. I like them. I think they're sick. They're custom printed, obviously. Lego's not made them officially, but they felt really high quality. And because I spent over £10 at this guy's shop, he gave me a little free head pool, which is a nice little custom thing from Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And I got dog pool and baby pool and stuff, so I got a lot of cool stuff from him. He was awesome, and he gave me a little free gift. So I was like, that's pretty sick. And then Helen found this Christmas village. I'm more Halloween based, Helen's more Christmas based, but she loved this and I love it too. I think it's really sick. And I can't wait to show you guys the Christmas setup. We've been having so much fun with Halloween stuff. Christmas setup's going to go hard, and I can't wait to show you guys that. I'm really excited for that. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, that was awesome to see. Really, really cool. I really, really like that. And I definitely think the Christmas stuff's going to look awesome when we get that out and get it on display sometime soon. But Helen loved watching this train go around and all the different Christmas dioramas and sets and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. Seeing the Christmas train whizzing around and stuff, and the Hogwarts Express, I believe, as well. Seeing things motorized was really cool. And this attack helicopter, this Chinook, with a bunch of soldiers was like really giving Call of Duty vibes. And obviously Lego doesn't fuck with military stuff, so this guy Dan had created this Chinook, and it had like automated rotors. Then there was like a Donkey Kong game and a Terminator 2 model, which was really cool. I like that. And then this guy had a cool thing, but I'm going to save him for a separate video. This guy turned a modular thing into a Star Wars scene, and that was really awesome to see. I like to see all of the different ideas that these people come up with. I thought that was really cool to see, like, all these different bits and pieces. And then this one was like an Attack of the Clones thing with like clone troopers on a different planet. So that was awesome, and I thought the builds were really inventive and really interesting. If you've ever watched the Lego Masters show, there's a lot of people who've done that who were also at these conventions. And this one was just massive. The crowds were huge. And this is not even at full capacity yet. This is the early bird people. Then this is us back at home, and I'm giving you a quick tour through all the things we got and all the business cards we picked up. And then I'm going to obviously break down what we got. So in this one, we got all the anime stuff. We got a Drax and an MJ. We got Old Slave Leia and Kennick. And we got this girl from Lord of the Rings. And then here are all the business stuff. And we got the 2 gifts for getting in early. And it was the Brick Festival. So if you want to find more Lego content, check out brickfestival.com. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe for more content, and peace.
Switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia. Darling, I'm just so fed up with what does perfect even mean?